Hey guys, Kiriyama Sparta here.
Awkward.
It was very awkward. Kiriyama Sparta.
Sarah.
Sarah! Woo!
Yay.
Wednesday, comic book review time.
Yay.
And we got a fucking show for you. We got a lot of comics to go through today.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff going down in comic land.
Death in the family or death of
the family?
Death of the family.
Death in the family is technically when Robin dies.
Yeah, it's true. So Death of the Family came out today, or a bunch of comics leading in. So Joker's back, and we'll be getting to that. But of course, before that, we can't forget our ever popular, not really, but we like it, Before Watchmen. This week's was Dr. Manhattan #2. You can see there, very nice 1950s style comic cover. And just gotta get this out of the way. Holy fuck!
Yep.
Completely switched it around.
Yep.
I hate the first one,
Yep.
but this is awesome.
Yep.
This is a really good comic.
It doesn't jump around in a million places.
It doesn't. No, but I like the whole concept and what it got into.
Yes.
We'll get into that, but
I was pleasantly surprised.
But yeah, if you want short review,
Buy it.
buy it. This was I
was
don't
not
know.
expecting it.
I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't know if that's what made it better for me too. Is like because I was kind of going like, I don't know, but then it was so good.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck!
Yeah, it was surprisingly really good. So.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, whatever. Without further ado, let's get right into this.
No, let's do it.
So as the first one kind of ended, basically Dr. Manhattan saw like a vision of his rebirth, but it didn't actually happen.
He saw himself walk out of the machine instead of getting trapped
Instead of getting trapped inside and getting his godlike powers. So we kind of continue off from there where he's watching it, and then the whole comic is you're basically following him like it's a big what if.
Yeah.
It's a big like what if he had not
I'm not sure if it's so much as a what if as
it's an alternate reality.
Something's wrong here.
It could be something's wrong further, or it could be just the way Dr. Manhattan sees. That could be like a literal alternate future.
The further I got, the more I thought something was wrong. So see,
yeah, I don't know. I thought of it as a what if, and then it gets crazier later because it gets into what ifs in a what if. I'll explain later. It's pretty neat.
It's crazy.
Anywho, so he gets out of the machine, but the only difference is here his watch.
Technically, it's Janie's watch.
Janie's watch. Janie's father's watch, I think.
It's a watch.
It's a watch.
It's hers.
It's stuck again. He had fixed it before, like he said in the comic, but now it's actually stuck. And
at 1:15.
Yeah, 1:15. That's not the Doomsday Clock? No, that's not.
No.
I thought it was. Yeah. Anywho, so then we cut to him, and what is his wife's name?
Janie.
It is Janie. Okay, yeah. So him and Janie actually are able to continue on dating, and we basically go through that, them dating, him proposing.
That was so cute.
I'm sorry,
that was so cute. I had a total girly moment the way he proposed. He won her a bear at a fair, and he's like, "Oh, it's torn." She's like, "Oh, I don't want that. It's torn." He's like, "Oh, let's look closer," and she pulls out the engagement ring box, and yeah, it was really sweet.
And so of course she says yes, and it's kind of neat because it's like a pretty normal thing, just like marriage and all that. But then you get scenes like just Dr. Manhattan watching this, or you'll get like two panels of the same thing, like his face in the coffee, and then the next panel it's Dr. Manhattan's face in the coffee. I liked that. I really did.
After he proposes, it switches right into him getting married.
Yeah.
And his dad is doing up his tie during the reception, and his dad says, "I had a really weird dream that someone came to me and told me that you had died."
Yeah.
Which is what they showed in the first one.
Yeah, yeah, that's true, right. So that's actually kind of neat. He meets a little kid. Kid talks about Blue Men on Mars. That's where the cover comes from.
The cover of the magazine that the kid's reading is the cover of the comic.
So that's kind of neat. Then we get into this neat little thing where he's you know, which room are you in? He's talking to Janie, and she's like, just guess. And there's two doors.
Left or right.
Left or right. And then at this point, you see it actually split in half here.
Splits.
And then for the next couple pages, you get the exact same thing, but with different outcomes on both sides.
What would happen if you went left? What would happen if you went right?
And it's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I liked it. So in the one, it still shows comedian being sent to Vietnam or to help in Vietnam. But then in the other one, they picked Ozymandias instead, which was a neat idea. I like that. And I rechecked it. The dialogue on the page is exactly the same for both. They just
for the most part, changed a few names. Here.
Just a couple names, yeah. And then you get into what happens if it was the comedian, and then what happens if it was Ozymandias.
Vastly different.
Vastly different. Comedian basically attacks one of their ships.
Boom.
Boom. We get a nice shot of
White House blown up.
White House. Oh God, I'm getting that. There we go.
Ah.
There we go. Got it. And then Ozymandias, of course, being the way he is, diplomat, comes to peace. He's like
talks to them.
He's like, we'll get rid of our missiles if you get rid of yours, basically. Really neat. And then it kind of talks about.
It jumps back to the wedding.
Jumps back to the wedding, them talking, and then it cuts to different things, like Kennedy dying, and then it's got the comedian, or before that,
they jump into that. They show the kids' magazine covers changed.
Oh right, yeah.
On the cover, it showed the White House with a big nuclear mushroom cloud above it.
So it's like the potential future for each one.
It doesn't really say which direction he's choosing, but it kind of alludes to the fact that it's the left side, which is the end of the world side. But
and then we cut to and then it goes between like first dance, last dance instead of left door, right door. Different things like first dance, comedian killed JFK. Last dance, the assassination was unblocked.
Yeah.
Stopped.
This kind of threw me off a little bit because in Comedian's comic, he was nowhere near Kennedy when he was assassinated.
Yeah.
So showing him on the grassy knoll kind of threw me off a little bit.
But I'm sure it'll all kind of... But then again, this whole thing is like a whole...
Exactly. There's
probably didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then we get all the potential outcomes here. I like this. We get a huge kind of like branching thing of all the different scenarios that happen in the future. Him with Silk Spectre, Night Owl getting with Silk Spectre that first meeting instead of Dr. Manhattan, comedian actually not killing that girl in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And just having the baby. It's kind of neat. Like all these different little shots. Mm-hmm. The one shot of hitting the first one with the weird clock thing. It's really neat. And then a Beatles shot. There's a shot of the Beatles. I love that. I'm happy. I'm content. Then we cut to him sitting down with Wally and Janie and his dad. And
was it his dad? I thought it was just like
random, his dad.
Like work colleagues.
Could be a work colleague, could be his dad. He doesn't really matter at this point. And then they basically talk about the whole Schrodinger's cat theory.
Yeah.
They're
explaining how it works.
How it works, basically. Until you open the box, the cat is neither alive nor dead.
It is alive and dead.
It's both.
Yeah.
And then he raises the one question, well, then what happens if I just don't open it? And then he says, well, then it gets even worse. The
different possibilities, the different outcomes clash against each other until you finally open it and everything just kind of settles into reality.
Yeah. And then we cut to him trying to fix the watch again. If I don't think I brought this up earlier, he's been fucking around with this watch like the whole time because he's like, if I fix a watch, it should be fixed.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not working. And actually, I liked how he had it up on the wall with a tag that says the one that got away. Mm-hmm. I like that. That was kind of neat. Of course, gets called up to bed.
One thing that Janie does say, he's saying, I don't know why I can't fix it. She said, maybe the watch isn't broken, maybe time is broken. That was an awesome line.
So then they just go to bed.
And then Dr. Manhattan kind of shows up.
Dr. Manhattan shows up, looks at the photo.
The famous photo.
The famous photo, the one photo of him that actually exists. Mm-hmm. And then...
and shit goes down.
Looks like, it doesn't look like peace happened. Looks like the world is gone.
They did a cool shot with the sun and the planet that mirrored his sun.
It's got all the nukes going off it.
Yeah.
It's very... Look up the ending of Terminator 3. It looks like that. It looks like that.
That's pretty much
That's pretty much it. And then, just Dr. Manhattan has a bit of self-reflection.
Because what have I done?
And then he gets a little proverb at the end, just like the old Watchmen's, For I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. Ironic.
It was surprisingly good.
Good comic.
Extremely just glanced over synopsis of it. If you should read it. There's so many different
little hidden things in it all around. Yeah, we just gave you a generalization, but fuck, it's so good.
It was really good.
I really did not see that coming.
No.
Sorry, comedian, you're still my least favorite.
Yeah.
Man. Or wait. maybe Ozymandias. So.
Yeah, well, that's just because the character's
just because the character's a dick. But yeah, this is beyond words. I've never been 180'd so badly.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Really caught me off guard. I guess you can have hope sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, I guess.
It's allowed.
Just go by.
Yeah, just go by. It's really
surprisingly good.
Really good. And then of course, speaking of good comics, next week is Minutemen number 4.
Yeah.
Loves me some Minutemen.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
It's
the last one.
Nope. Minutemen's a 6th issue.
6th issue?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, Silk Spectre's for the next couple weeks. We're gonna start ending a couple of them. Silk Spectre first, then Night Owl will end. Actually, no, just those two.
Just those two.
Because Rorschach. Oh yeah, Rorschach and Dr. Manhattan both have 2. They started later.
Yeah.
And then I actually found out today, Moloch, who if you didn't know is getting his own before Watchmen as well. His is only 2 issues.
Which makes sense. He plays a huge part, but he's not.
I don't know. You can get a full. I mean, then again, I don't know if they could, but 2 issues is fine for me.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I mentioned it before too. There is going to be an epilogue, like just a complete epilogue for everything. That's just a 1 comic for before Watchmen. But yeah.
Really good, guys. Seriously.
Really good. Seriously, yeah. If you haven't guessed already, yeah, we really like this comic. Go buy it.
Just buy all of them.
You should just buy all of them.
Really good.
They are.
They're really good.
And if you don't now, at least wait. At least get the trades when they come out. Come on, people.
Yeah. No excuse.
No excuse. Anywho, sorry to cut this video short, but we got a lot more reviewing to do. So, once again, this is Kiriyama Sparta.
I'm Sarah.
We liked this comic.
Yes, we did.
We approve. If you enjoyed the video, that was the click motion for the subscribe.
You should add a click sound effect and an explosion for
click.
Yeah, do it.
Click, boom. Subscribe, comment, favorite. Good times. Very, very good times.
Buy this comic.
Yeah, buy it. Buy it now.
Or at least read it.
Yeah. I feel bad about talking shit about the first one now, kind of.
But
and I never go back on my word. I do actually all the time. But
it was surprising, and who knows? It might go back to the way it was before in the next one. It might flip.
Yeah,
back
it might go
jumpy,
back to being jumpy
and
not
really
good. But yeah, game changer.
Yeah.
Comic changer. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you guys at the next one. Bye bye.